frankly, the laptop class who
Mhm.
could do their work virtually, primarily on a computer, that were safe from the virus. And that was really the tenor of the conversation in COVID, was sort of more low-paid work was required to be in person. It's manual, it's dexterous, it's interpersonal. I would argue if Gen AI technologies, large language models, improve to the point that they are substituting for human cognition, they're smarter than us at many of the cognitive tasks that have been the skill premium that has commanded these knowledge worker salaries. Right now, we're not fully there, but if in the messy middle we get to this point that cognition is commoditized, AI is doing the skilled work that comprise those jobs, I think you're going to see the exact reverse of the COVID risk. I have a strapline interest on if you can do your job locked in a closet with a computer, eventually you're probably going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
And so it's the knowledge class, in addition to some back office clear, like a medical coder and a transcriptionist that doesn't need a college degree. There's millions of women in jobs like this. Primarily, it's knowledge work that could potentially be substituted. And my provocation in this essay is, imagine a world where that blue line bends. Is
Mhm.
knowledge work the new crash that we're entering into? Now, I want to give a lot of caveats here, Tristan. We don't know for sure. There's a lot of debate. Are some of the smartest knowledge workers going to be super powered by this? Maybe we're going to create all sorts of new cognitive jobs. I don't know the answer to that. I do know for the first time we have a technology in recent decades that actually is potentially threatening the value add of the knowledge class. And that's an entirely new ballgame. It's not the low-paid workers who are at risk.
To pull in a quote from my normal co-host in this podcast, Asa, he'll say, if you have a desk job, you won't have a job. That's kind of the similar line here. But you also speak to the erosion, just want to reference some more lines here from your essay, the erosion of decent paying clerical customer service and back office work. So these are things like bookkeepers, payroll clerks, bank tellers, medical secretaries, admin assistants, call center staff, the mostly women who keep the books, process the claims, answer the phones, and run offices. And then I think one thing that's important for listeners to get is the scale of this occupational group. You want to speak to that?
Yes, this is actually a very big passion of mine. In a separate Substack that I hope readers will read called The Invisible Disruption, I frame there are upwards of 15 million to 18 million people in this country, primarily women, who have these back office customer service clerical roles. I call the disruption invisible because we never center them in our national conversation. In fact, in most metro areas in this country, the largest occupational group are office and administrative support workers.